Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corner, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 1, brand new chapter, and I'm calling this I'm Exactly Where I'm Supposed to Be. And I've been talking about healing and healthy living and believing in myself, and this chapter I want to say this is where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be in my growth process, and I am growing out of my shell, and I'm becoming who I'm becoming, and I'm exactly in the process of where I'm supposed to be. It's kind of like a little eggshell that's getting pecked at by the baby chick, and it takes a long time and it's exhausting, and the poor little baby chick can't get out. But eventually, there is a point that they just break free, and so that's where I feel like I'm at. I'm at the point where I'm so exhausted, so tired, so ready to give up. Um, but I don't give up. You keep going. You're strong enough to keep going. So if you have that strength, you're going to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. And so that's where I'm at now. Just continuing to move forward. Keep poking at that egg, or in my case, pounding at that wall, and eventually it's gonna fall. The wall might not fall. I've had it where I felt like I've been banging my head against a brick wall, and the wall won't fall. But you never know. It's been a couple years now, and maybe that wall will fall. That wall that says, "No, you can't pass through here. You can't get past this wall." And it used to be a school district with the word autism, high functioning autism, that they said, "No, you're not getting through, because if we let you through, then all these other kids are going to trickle through behind you." Um, and I said, I'm not really concerned about the other kids behind me. I'm concerned about my child. And it's Mother's Day, and I want to wish everybody a beautiful day, a beautiful, loving day with your families and your children, or your grandchildren, or your loved ones, if you have pets, um, however you celebrate. Sometimes Mother's Day can be kind of a sad day because you're not acknowledged as a mother. That's kind of in my case. I have one that, called me right away this morning, and one that won't acknowledge me at all as her mother. And, you know, you just, um, you take it, you know, and hopefully one day they'll understand. Maybe they were manipulated by family members. Maybe they were misinformed. Um, I don't know. I don't. I'm not going to look into who said what to her at what point in her life that she decided that she doesn't want to associate with me. I don't know. But I hope that one day she understands that there was nothing intentional about this. There was nothing that happened that was said, "I don't want you as my child." I don't want her to think that. So, because it's not true. So, all right. So that's where I'm at in my growth process. That's where I'm at um, in my evolution of becoming of who the person that I'm meant to become. Um, and yeah, so it's been a little painful at times. It's been a little joyful at times. It's been, I took the dog yesterday for a walk, and it was just funny. She had the zoomies, and she just zoom, 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 and she was running and running and running and running, it was just so much fun to watch her be kind of in that free moment of just running to get her zoomies out, and it was fun. It was fun to watch her. So yeah, and it was really nice that my um, daughter um, with a high functioning autism or neurodivergence or however she defines herself. I don't think she defines herself as any different than anyone else, which is great. Um, I'm glad that she has that opportunity in her life to not have to define herself the way that I have to define myself sometimes. So, but she called and we had a nice long talk, and she's just a great kid. So, and my other daughter is a great kid too. She's very smart, very intelligent, um, and I hope one day she can put it all together. You know, that it wasn't what she thought it was. So, all right, these are the classic tarot cards, and pick 3 cards: one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. So for the past, we have the 6 of Swords, which is a family that's just kind of like moving on. All right, another one fell on the floor, and that is the Empress. Love the Empress, and fertile new beginnings, fertile soil, fertile new beginnings. Just beginning anew, fresh starts. All right, and then we have the King of Swords, which is the father figure of telling it like it is. It is what it is. You know, I say that all the time, and sometimes I get tired of saying that. But it is true, you know, that there are sometimes some things and some things you can't control. And it just is what it is. You got to say it like it is. And whether people like it or not, you know. So, and then we have the Page of Cups, which is that curiosity, new beginnings, fresh starts again. So, a lot of new beginnings and fresh starts and fertile soil and lots of love in the drawing today. All right. These are the Healing Spirit cards by Gordon Smith. And the intention I'm setting in this card is for understanding. There's so many misunderstandings in this world. And it hurts sometimes when people don't understand either what I'm trying to say or how I live my life or with choices I made or things like that. They didn't understand them, so they lived their lives differently than I did. It's like me and my younger daughter, we're so different, but yet we're so much alike at the same time. And it hurts when you get factored out of the equation. So, all right, this says, it isn't about being right, it's about doing the right thing. And it looks like this. All right. Sometimes it's better to stay silent than let others see that you have all the answers. There are times when you need a pause for consideration rather than to act for the sake of it or because it's expected of you. The truly wise spirit masters know when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when not to act. They are our greatest examples on how to behave in moments of uncertainty. Remember that wisdom comes from experience, not from brassness, and And being spiritual sometimes just means being. And when dealing with people who are awkward, simply remember to be kind, as kindness is above right or wrong. So that's what I think I'll do with my situation with my ex-husband and my daughter, who clearly think they're above me, and that they can live without me, which is fine. That's their decision, that they matter and I don't. And so I will clearly say being right or wrong isn't what matters. What did it say? It said something was above. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, and of course I don't have my glasses on. Kindness. Kindness is above right and wrong. So that's how I'll treat it. You just live your life with kindness and say, I'm not above or below anyone. I'm not right or wrong considered, in anybody's book. I'm just kind. I just try to be kind. So, all right. Wishing everybody a beautiful day today, and we'll chat with you tomorrow.